Just, first time in the stadium here in the first week, just under the lights. How do you think you guys performed?
I thought our guys came out and had a really good day for the first day of shells and putting some extra shoulder pads on, and it was good energy. We made some plays. Obviously, there's a long ways to go. As you watch us, just getting precise on everything we do, the ability to understand the small details and how important all those things are at every position. That's what we just got to continue to work through. And of course, live thudding up, a little hesitant on some runs and after some catches and some things like that. And obviously, we got to work on tackling drills.
Right.
Offense, defense, did either side of the ball have an edge today?
Well, we probably made too many plays deep in the passing game, which can't happen. So we've got to make sure we figure out what happened on film and correct that. Didn't get many turnovers. So for the first day, the offense probably had one of its better days in the first three practices, which is going to go back and forth, but there's a lot to learn from it. But I think we're still playing some young guys in the secondary, and it shows, and we've got to get those guys better, and we've got to get the other ones healthy and back on the field.
Did any individuals stand out?
Well, it's hard to tell until I watch the video. I think Colin Sullivan made some plays, Elijah Canyon made some plays. There's a couple runs that hit with Devin Mockenby, even Kobe Lewis, and those guys, guys that touch the ball, that probably stands out the most. I think Reese Taylor has been really, really good at corner. Our veterans on defense, I think, have been really, really good. Just some of the guys that haven't played a whole lot are the ones that definitely just need to continue to improve and get better.
Your quarterbacks really praised Elijah Cannon for his athletic ability and some other things that he's done so far. What did you like about him before he, when you were setting him up to transfer here?
Well, this was Elijah's best day of practice so far. He's a big target. He's over 6'4". He's got a big catch radius. He has to make sure he utilizes that. And if he's not getting tremendous separation, that's fine. He's got to make contested catches and use his body and high point the ball, and he did that today. This was the first day he did it consistently and made catches against really tight coverage. Balls were placed extremely well, but he made the plays, and that's good to see because I think he's got to be a red zone target. He's got to be a ability to run some slants and some sideline routes and just use his height.
Are you pleased with the health of the team?
Well, right now, as far as getting through the first 3 days, we've done very well with that. It's still just a matter of the guys that were out all spring with surgeries, which are quite a few, are not quite fully healthy, and that's what I wouldn't call it alarming, but we've got to get them back here practicing. They're going to need to practice at least a couple weeks to get really a good feel for the first game, or it's going to be too hard on them.
Saw Mo was back. Is he all good to go now?
Yeah, so he was back practicing, and he had a really good spring. I think he helped us.
Talked about getting guys in the secondary just healthier. Corey Trice, Steve Ensign, Jamari Brown. They did some work over here just by themselves over in the end zone. They're in pads. Is that any sort of indication that they're trending in the right direction?
Well, for sure, I think they're close. Those guys had off-season surgery, and a couple of them were things that take a good 6+ months. So we knew it would come right down to right around the August 1st date. They've worked hard. Everything doesn't always go perfect in the rehab, and I think they just got to continue to work through it. But I think they're in pads. They're doing things full speed at times. Just you've got to be careful you don't overload them with volume too soon. You're going to have setbacks, and two of them have played a ton for us and done really well. And we think that T can do a really good job. We just hasn't been out here because he's been out all spring and haven't he transferred right before that.
Are you seeing some of the depth on the defensive line show up in the first 3 days of practice?
Yeah, without question. I think our D-line, we have very capable bodies in all the positions. We're going to be able to rotate guys in. There's going to be competition. Once again, we have a George Karlaftis or even a DeMarcus Mitchell quite to this point. No, but that doesn't mean one can't emerge. So we've just got to continue to work hard. There are guys with experience, like Branson Dean and Jack Sullivan. There are some newcomers that we feel good about. And I think that position has very good depth and can help us.
What's Kobe Lewis showing so far?
You know what, Kobe got better as the day went on. Today was his first day in really shoulder pads and helmets. When you're running back, you're running through traffic. takes a little while. He was out all last year with an injury. So I just thought he got better as the day went on. Started off a little rusty, but all of us were rusty. But I do think he's capable. He works really hard for us. He cares. He wants to be a really good player, and I think he's just going to continue to get better and better with a lot of repetitions in practice.
After tomorrow, it'll be a week in the books for fall camp. Just when you evaluate the last couple of practices, where do you feel like the team is at, and where do you feel like they need to continue to get better at the end of the second week?
Well, we've made progress for sure. I like the makeup of our team. I think we understand that great things just don't happen. You got to make them happen. No matter what happened last year, it doesn't matter. It's a new team with some new guys and some new opponents, and we've got to get ready to go. But I do think that getting through the first week as healthy as we can has been beneficial. Getting back in the flow and understanding anybody can do things with no pads on. That's not really football. And now we've got the pads coming back on. We just got to get acclimated to full speed contact, catching the ball in traffic, striking people, getting off blocks, being physical, taking care of the football. All the real football activities we'll have to get much more precise in the next couple of weeks. Well, we've got to have 2 days of just helmets and 2 days of shells, or 3 days of shells, and then we go in full pass the sixth practice.
Two early enrollees that kind of stood out early on would have been Zion Steptoe and Nick Haraway. What have you seen from them, if not for this year, then for the upcoming years?
Zion had a good spring for us, and he works really hard, and I think he's going to be a contributor. How much this year, we'll see. We have a lot of receivers, and which ones will emerge. We're open to any of them getting that done, but we like what we see from him. He works very hard. Nick Haraway, he's not here this spring, so we haven't seen a whole lot of him with pads on, but you know what, he's been impressive in everything he's done to this point. He's going to be a really, really good player for us when it's all said and done, and we really like what we see.
Is Yanni good to go, full go now?
Yeah, Yanni had a knee injury that he hurt early in the summer, just working too hard on his own, and it takes a little while to get back. And he's worked hard. He's put on weight, put on strength. This is the best he's looked, and I think he feels that way. So just kind of getting him acclimated, but he'll be in the mix, and I think he'll be a contributor here for many years.
Right.
Two guys real quick, Jeff. Drew Bibber, Curtis DeVille, and Andre Oden.
Okay, so Andre had shoulder surgery after his high school season in March, so he's still got a month or so to get fully healthy, and he's close. Drew Bibber, it's either a knee or a foot injury that he had, that he'll be okay, but we've got to have him in the boot for a while, and it may take a couple weeks to get him back, but no surgery. And then Curtis DeVille, unfortunately, had surgery this summer on his hip, and that'll take a good 6 to 8 months.
I think Sanusi's going to be a while.
Sanusi's making progress. Not going to put anything past him. The target date was first game at the earliest, somewhere in the season, but I wouldn't put anything past him. But we're just kind of managing his volume right now, and we'd love to have him out there.